If you're as obsessed with volcanoes as we are, here's a wild one. Colorado actually has an active volcano. That's right, you don't need to head to Hawaii to find magma under your feet. The Dot Cerro crater, sitting quietly near Glenwood Springs, last erupted about 4,200 years ago, which in geological time is basically yesterday. And that's just the beginning of the surprises Colorado's hiding. Let's count down 50 wild facts about Colorado that'll completely change how you see the Rockies. 50. Colorado has more microclimates than almost any other U.S. state, meaning it can snow in one valley while a nearby town bakes in sunshine. 49. Despite being famous for its mountains, about one-third of Colorado is actually flat prairie land. 48. The state's name comes from the Spanish word Colorado, meaning colored red, after the reddish silt of the Colorado River. 47. Colorado is one of the only states where the entire border touches nothing but land, no natural boundaries like rivers or coastlines. And get this, from a map, Colorado looks like a perfect rectangle, but actually has 697 sides. That's thanks to the way land surveying adjustments were made between 1868 and the early 1900s, and with the way longitude lines converge toward the poles. 46. There are over 58 mountains higher than 14,000 feet, known as 14ers. Locals treat climbing them like a rite of passage. 45. The highest paved road in North America is right here, the Mount Evans Scenic Byway, which climbs over 14,000 feet above sea level. 44. The air at the top of Mount Elbert, Colorado's tallest peak, contains about 40% less oxygen than sea level, so those hikers definitely earn their bragging rights. 43. Everyone knows Denver is the mile-high city, but here's what most people miss. Almost all of Colorado lives way up in the sky. The state's average elevation is 6,800 feet above sea level, making it the highest state in the entire country. But Denver measures exactly 5,280 feet, right at the steps of the state capitol, where visitors will find a brass marker to stand exactly 1 mile above sea level. 42. You can stand in 4 states at once just by visiting the Four Corners Monument, where Colorado meets Utah, Arizona, and New Mexico. 41. Colorado is the only state to have ever turned down hosting the Olympics. The 1976 Winter Games, after residents voted against it for environmental reasons. 40. The Royal Gorge Bridge in Cannon City was once the world's highest suspension bridge, built in 1929 and hanging 956 feet above the Arkansas River. 39. Lightning strikes are no joke here. Colorado consistently ranks in the top 5 states for lightning fatalities. 38. There's a place called Last Chance, Colorado, and it's basically a single intersection surrounded by miles of nothing. Cross if you dare, without a fuel tank of gas or fully charged battery. 37. Colorado's official state animal is the Rocky Mountain Bighorn sheep. And yes, they really do ram into each other headfirst at 30 miles per hour. 36. The Garden of the Gods was named in 1859 when 2 surveyors stumbled upon it, and one exclaimed it was a place fit for the gods to assemble. 35. In the late 1800s, Denver's underground city was built beneath the streets. It was a maze of tunnels used for deliveries, smuggling, and, allegedly, Prohibition-era speakeasies. 34. Colorado has more ghost towns than active towns. Since the mining boom ended, the state has over 1,500 abandoned towns. Growth opportunity on the horizon? 33. The Durango and Silverton narrow-gauge railroad still operates steam trains built in the 1880s. It's like traveling through history. 32. There's a replica of the Great Pyramid of Giza hidden inside a mountain, part of a secretive spiritual retreat near Crestone. 31. The world's largest natural hot springs pool is in Glenwood Springs, so big it looks like an Olympic pool dropped into a canyon. A must-see. 30. Colorado's Great Sand Dunes National Park is home to the tallest sand dunes in North America, some over 750 feet high. 29. Between November 1944 and April 1945, Japan launched approximately 9,300 balloon bombs toward North America. 4 struck the Rocky Mountains, like this one in Timnath, making it one of the few successful enemy attacks on the continental United States during World War II. 28. At certain times of the year, you can actually surf the dunes. When Medano Creek flows across them, it creates natural waves. 27. Colorado's million-dollar highway between Ouray and Silverton got its name because early travelers swore it was worth a million-dollar view. 26. The town of Leadville sits at over 10,000 feet, making it the highest incorporated city in the United States. 25. Get this. All you sunbathers, Colorado has more than 300 days of sunshine each year. More than Miami or San Diego. 24. The first rodeo ever held in the world took place in Deer Trail, Colorado in 1869. 23. You can visit an actual alligator farm in Mosca, Colorado, built in the middle of the desert to help recycle waste heat from a nearby geothermal well. 22. The Red Rocks Amphitheater near Denver is the only naturally occurring acoustically perfect amphitheater on Earth. 21. During the gold rush, a prospector named John Gregory found gold near Central City in 1859, sparking a frenzy that led to over 100,000 people rushing to Colorado. 20. Colorado is one of just 2 states that legally defines its borders using exact latitude and longitude points. The other state? Wyoming. 19. The town of Nederland hosts an annual festival called Frozen Dead Guy Days, honoring a man whose body is literally kept frozen in a shed. 18. Before it was a state, Colorado tried to become its own territory called Jefferson Territory, but it never got federal approval. 17. The highest continuous paved highway in America is Trail Ridge Road through Rocky Mountain National Park, peaking at 12,183 feet. 16. Denver was almost named Wapello before the city founders went with a more dignified name. 15. The Stanley Hotel in Estes Park inspired Stephen King's The Shining after he spent one spooky night there alone in the off-season. 14. The world's first rodeo clown school started in Colorado, where performers learned how to distract bulls and survive. 13. Colorado once had its own navy, a tiny patrol boat stationed on a lake to stop illegal fishing. 12. There's a place called Tiny Town near Morrison, a complete miniature village built for kids, with trains, doll-sized houses, and streets. 11. The Colorado Rocky Mountain Arsenal was once one of the most polluted places in the country. Now it's a wildlife refuge filled with bald eagles, deer, and bison. 10. Denver's airport is bigger than Manhattan, and its conspiracy theories about underground bunkers have become part of local legend. 9. Cheeseburgers were reportedly invented in Colorado. A Denver restaurant trademarked the name in 1935. 8. The first U.S. license plate ever issued came from Colorado in 1908. 7. Colorado's highest temperature ever recorded was 115 degrees Fahrenheit, and the lowest was -61 degrees Fahrenheit. 6. The state produces more beer than any other, thanks to giants like Coors and dozens of mountain microbreweries. 5. The Colorado River, which starts here, carved out one of the greatest natural wonders of all time, the Grand Canyon. 4. There's an abandoned nuclear missile silo outside Deer Trail that's been turned into an underground home. 3. Colorado's mountain towns were once filled with outlaws. Doc Holliday, Butch Cassidy, and even Jesse James all passed through. 2. The highest incorporated town in America, Alma, sits over 10,500 feet, where winter lasts most of the year. And finally, fact number 1. Colorado's natural beauty is so intense that astronauts have said it's one of the easiest states to spot from space. What about 50 wild facts about California you never knew?